California's historic snowpack has begun to melt after hottest days of year so far, and communities and valleys beneath mountains are preparing for impact of any flood as water flows downhill. The severity of any flood will depend on how quickly snow melts, but it's clear that highest risk comes from record snowpack in southern Sierra Nevada, as officials shared latest situation. Huge amounts of water are expected to flow into rivers and streams during the spring and summer. The epicenter flood concerns lies in San Joaquin Valley and Tulare Basin west of southern Sierra and Valley's East Mountain Range. Two rivers in the Tulare Lake area, Tule and Kern, are estimated to exceed 400% of their average flow between April and July. The reservoirs in the area are not particularly large and flood control systems are not as robust as in other parts of the state. Currently in the southern Sierra, the snowpack upstream of certain reservoirs is enough to fill these reservoirs several times. This is crucial, UCLA climate scientist Daniel Swain said in an online update Tuesday. Over past few weeks, floodwaters have flooded large areas Tulare Lake Basin, largest body of freshwater West Mississippi River before it dried up for agriculture in mid-20th century. All the flooding we're seeing right now is just a taste of what's likely to come, Swain said. Most of the snow above hasn't melted yet. In fact, about 98% of the snow at its peak is still there will continue to melt. It will still flow and fill rivers, reservoirs, possibly floodplains. A recent snow report from National Integrated Drought Information System puts the vast amount of water currently stored high in mountains into clear perspective. The 2023 snowpack central southern Sierra Nevada was the deepest in last 90 years, higher than previous benchmark years 1952, 1969, 1983 and 2017, some cases by a large margin, report said. The snowwater equivalent, or amount of water contained in snow, was measured at 104.5 inches at Mammoth Pass, breaking the record of 86.5 inches set in 1969. Statewide snowpack reached 233% its April 1st average and fell slightly below its 1952 record year of 237%, according to snow survey data submitted Tuesday by the California Department of Water Resources. The data provides a complete statewide picture back to the 1950s, when these monthly surveys became commonplace. Other very high profit years for the state include 1983 at 227% and 1969 at 224%. Ideally, this year's snowpack will melt slowly and fill the reservoirs by summer as water demand increases. Rapid melting will not only cause flooding, but will also lead to the premature loss of the natural snowmass reservoir, making this water more difficult.